National capital Delhi woke up to heavy rainfall in the morning. However, in just 3 hours of rainfall, the capital was on its knees in many areas. And this exposed the dire state of affairs as well. A road caved in Delhi's Anna Nagar area, while buses were seen trapped at the Minto Bridge. Take a look at this report.
National capital Delhi waking up to massive deluge. After rains lashed the city early in the morning, large parts of Delhi went underwater. Washing away claims of rain preparedness by the government. Scary images came in from the arterial ITO, where a large cave-in triggered by torrents of rainwater swallowed makeshift houses and piles of land. Near Connaught Place, considered to be Delhi's heart, scenes of massive waterlogging returned. Like every year, the arterial Minto Bridge underpass was fully submerged, trapping a bus. While passengers in the bus were rescued through ladders, body of an auto driver was later fished out from the deluge. The driver had got stuck in the downpour and sudden surge in water level.
A body has been recovered from the underbridge at the Minto Road. The body is claimed to be the auto driver who was stuck here, and the body particularly was drowned into the water for about 1 to 2 hours. No authorities reached out to him.
अब दिल्ली सरकार अगर सो रही है तो उसको जगाने के लिए तो हमें निकलना पड़ेगा। सड़क पीडब्ल्यूडी की है, नाला पीडब्ल्यूडी का है, जल बोर्ड की जिम्मेदारी है यहाँ पे इस नाले की सफाई करना। मुझे लगता नहीं दिल्ली सरकार कुछ करना चाहती है।
While buses got trapped in deep water in other parts of Delhi, there were traffic snarls elsewhere. House collapse was also reported from Anna Nagar area.
इतनी तेज बारिश हुई थी तो पानी नाले का पानी आया ना ऐसे, तो यहाँ पर एक पेड़ खड़ा था। ये WHO बिल्डिंग का काम चल रहा है इसके अंदर, तो वो पेड़ एकदम गिरा यहाँ से, तो नाले पे इतना गहरा गड्ढा हो गया यहाँ पे कि जो मकान बने हैं इनके नीचे से जड़ कटने शुरू हो गई। फिर तो एकदम धाड़ धाड़ गिरते चले गए। 2-3 सेकंड के अंदर सारे मकान गिर गए। देखते
ये पेड़ गिरने के वजह से ये पानी रुका, नाले आगे रुक रहे हैं, इनके नालों के मुंह बंद हो रहे हैं। जब पानी साफ ही नहीं होगा, नाला बंद है तो पानी जाएगा कहाँ को? पेड़ गिर गए, ये कुतर गिरा, सारे रह गए सबके। बेचारों को जय शुक्र मनाओ कि बच्चे बच गए।
As opposition slammed the government, Delhi Chief Minister appeared to be shifting blame, holding the pandemic responsible for the mess.
PWD, दिल्ली नगर निगम, फ्लड डिपार्टमेंट, हमारा जल बोर्ड, सारे मिलके पूरा प्लान बनाते हैं, फ्लड प्लान बनाते हैं, उसको एग्जीक्यूट किया जा रहा है। ये ज़रूर है कि इस बार कोरोना के चलते, लॉकडाउन के चलते और हमारी बहुत सारी एजेंसियों का कुछ हिस्सा कोरोना मैनेजमेंट में भी लगा हुआ था, तो उस वजह से कुछ चीज़ें हो सकता है छूटी हों।
This is what Delhi government has done since last 6 years. In their promise to make Delhi like London and Paris, this is what they've made. And this is so unfortunate that every time you question them, they end up putting the blame on MCD or central government.
Despite the death, chaos and destruction, the rains brought some much-needed respite from sweltering heat. With Nikhil Lakwani in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Our another top story comes from the state of Assam, which is one battling the COVID woes and also a flood fury since the past few weeks. The rising water level of Brahmaputra river has displaced thousands of people, even killed over 100 animals who were caught in the flood. People are now moving to relief camps and shelter areas for survival. First, take a look at this report from the ground.
Roads cut off, agricultural land submerged, tens of thousands of homes underwater. Assam's flood woes are unending.
This is not a lake or a pond, but this is an agricultural land area just 25 kilometers from the capital city, Guwahati, in Kamrup district. The Rajabadi looks like a submerged, totally submerged. So the farming land, the commercial area, the brick land, and also the residential places are completely submerged.
These villagers from Rajabadi village are among more than 3.5 million people in 26 districts who have been forced to shift to relief camps.
कितना मुश्किल है आप लोगों के लिए इस समय सिचुएशन?
बहुत मुश्किल है इसमें। अब हम लोग का रास्ता नहीं है ना, घर में पूरा इतना जल हो गया, कैसे रहेगा अभी?
तो कैसे लेके जाते हैं बच्चों को?
नौकों से चलता है, हम लोग चला नौकों से करता है। डर लग रहा है, तो अब बहुत डर लग रहा है।
आपका घर कहाँ था पहले?
हमारा घर उधर है, जंगल के पास, वो घास के नीचे है। तो यहाँ पर हम लोग पानी उठाए, घर में नाव सो नहीं है, तो हम लोग यहाँ पर आके सहाय मिला, रह रहा है।
कितने दिन आप रहेंगे ऐसे यहाँ पे?
अभी जितना दिन पानी नहीं कमेगा, सूखेगा, तो इतना दिन रहना पड़ेगा।
With their villages inundated and belongings lost, they are now completely dependent on the government.
आज तो पानी कमती नहीं हो रहा है, थोड़ा रुका हुआ है। अगर इसका बाद और ज्यादा आएगा तो और पानी आएगा तो और मुश्किल बढ़ जाएगा। आदमी यहाँ खाने का पानी के लिए बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ है। और कोरोना का वजह से आपको कोई भी सब यहाँ का गरीब आदमी, खेती बाड़ी करने वाला आदमी, तो वो लोग कोई काम पे नहीं जा पा रहा है, उसमें बाढ़ आ गया तो वो लोग का हालत बहुत सारा खराब है।
It's not just humans who have suffered. In the Kaziranga National Park, many wild animals, including 9 rhinos, have died so far due to the floods.
Around 108 animals so far died. That includes 9 number of rhino toos and 136 number of animal we so far rescued it. And this death case may increase because water level is receding. So we are doing the survey of all the areas.
Year after year, it's the same story being repeated in Assam. The floods come, the poor lose everything. Once the water recedes, they return to somehow rebuild their homes.
This woman and the child, they are in the water because they need to go to market to bring their daily household and whatever they require for the daily survival. But this situation in Assam comes every year due to rising level of Brahmaputra. The life comes for standstill for almost 3 to 4 months during the rainy season. As far as relief is concerned, government does provide, but this is called life and their struggle in the state of Assam when monsoon hits its state and rain makes life difficult.
With Ashutosh Mishra in Assam, Bureau Report, India Today.
From Assam to Bihar, there seems to be no end to the misery of people who are facing this flood woes. Even in Bihar, they are also saying that they are receiving no help from the government. There are collapsed bridges, washed away roads, and year after year, it is the same story that repeats. Take a look at this report from Bihar now.
The flood catastrophe in Bihar is increasing with rivers continuing to overflow. Houses were inundated after the swollen Bagmati river broke the Zamindari Dam near Gopalpur village. Villagers said they had been left to fend for themselves as there was no help coming from the government.
यहाँ की जो है जनता त्रस्त है, सरकार के द्वारा, प्रशासन के द्वारा किसी भी तरह की कोई देखभाल नहीं हो रही है.
The situation in Khagadia is no different, with floodwaters submerging farmlands, devastating the crops.
जहाँ पानी वो काफी तेजी से प्रवेश कर गया और धान वगैरह का फसल चौपट हो गई है. मकई का जो 25% 30% खेत में लगा हुआ था वह भी बर्बाद होने के कगार पर है.
Supaul was completely cut off, as there was nothing left of the roads. Villagers had to build temporary bridges out of bamboo sticks to get help.
क्या स्थिति है यहाँ?
बहुत गड़बड़ है, पुला पे इतना पानी है, कलिएगा नहीं कहते छाने थे इस लोगों को.
In many places in Bihar, the people appear to be alone in their fight against the elements. And with no let-up in the rains, the flood misery was only going to increase in the days to come. Bureau Report, India Today.
In the state of Rajasthan, political crisis is only escalating. Gehlot government has made a paper-thin majority claim, but it is the audio gate scandal, the phone scandal, that is refusing to die down. Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party continue to spar over this audio gate. Take a look at this development.
Paper-thin majority claim. A raging phone tapping scandal. MLAs cooling their heels in resort amid COVID crisis. Amidst all this, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot might opt for a trust vote. After meeting the governor and claiming support of 102 MLAs, just one more than magic number of 101. Sources say that the Rajasthan Assembly session is likely to take place on Wednesday, depending on High Court's ruling on Speaker's disqualification notice to pilot camp on Tuesday. But the BJP is still playing wait and watch. Wait the option of moving a no trust motion.
बीजेपी ने पहले भी प्रोटेस्ट के लिए न हमने मांग की, न हम अभी भी नहीं कर रहे हैं। हमारा कहीं का रोल नहीं है, ये तो जबरदस्ती घसीटे जा रहे हैं हमको, घर की लड़ाई को हमारे माथे लादने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, बाकी कहीं कुछ है नहीं।
The Rajasthan government meanwhile formed a special probe team to look into the leaked tapes which the Congress claims that BJP tried to lure its MLAs.
मेरे पास इसने वसुंधरा जी का नाम लिया था 7-8 महीने पहले और मेरे से मिला भी था और ये काफी दिन से संजय जैन सक्रिय था।
एसओजी जांच कर रही है, उसमें आ जाएगा जो आना है। गजेंद्र सिंह जी का इस ऑडियो से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं स्वयं गजेंद्र सिंह जी की वॉइस को अच्छी तरह से जानता हूं और गजेंद्र सिंह जी की ये आवाज ही नहीं है।
गृह विभाग भारत सरकार का इसलिए कूदा है कि कहीं न कहीं भारत सरकार के नेताओं ने वहां जाकर रिक्वेस्ट की है कि हम फंस जाएंगे। स्पेशल ऑपरेशन ग्रुप राजस्थान के पास पूरे सबूत है। मैं तो गुलाब जी कटारिया से उम्मीद करता था, वो समझदार व्यक्ति हैं, तुरंत फर्जी घोषित कर दिया ऑडियो को। पहले ऑडियो की जांच तो होने, तो दूसरे दिन सीएम का बयान आ गया कि यदि फर्जी घोषित हो जाता है, ये गलत साबित हो जाता है, तो मैं राजनीति संन्यास लूंगा। ये दे रहे हैं क्या?
BJP ally and RLP chief Hanuman Beniwal accused the Gehlot government of indulging in corruption. In an exclusive conversation with India Today's Paulami Saha, he reiterated his earlier claims that ex-Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje is helping the Gehlot government to survive.
ये आरोप निराधार है। भाजपा को खरीद फरोख्त की आवश्यकता ही नहीं है। भाजपा के पास 72 और 75 विधायक तो हम खुद हैं। सारे फोन सर्विलेंस में हैं, सबके MLA, जो उनके आसपास के लोग और MP, मिनिस्टर, सारे फोन पर। ऐसे कोई थोड़ा ही चलता है। ये भाई वसुंधरा जी अशोक गहलोत की कांग्रेस की मदद कर रही है। वो ट्वीट मैंने ट्वीट है मेरे हैंडल पे।
As the Congress struggles to overcome the desert storm, it may all boil down to hard numbers on floor of the assembly. Till then, it is a wait for governance in Rajasthan. With Devankur Vadhavan in Jaipur and Paulami Saha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And the Ram Temple Trust has finalized a roadmap to complete the temple construction by 2023. Sources have confirmed to India Today that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to visit Ayodhya on 5th of August to preside over the Bhumi Pujan ceremony of the upcoming temple. Take a look at this report from Ayodhya.
The ball finally set rolling for the much-awaited Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi likely to preside over the auspicious groundbreaking ceremony or the Bhumi Pujan on 5th of August, after a formal invite from the Ram Jan Bhumi Tirth Kshetra Trust. Members of the trust had met in Ayodhya on Saturday, in presence of Modi's former Principal Secretary and Chairman of Temple Construction Panel, Nripendra Mishra.
शिला पूजन के समय ये चांदी का है पूरा, शिला पूजन के समय ये रखा जाएगा और मोदी जी के हाथ से रखा जाएगा।
हम लोगों ने हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को उसके लिए आमंत्रित किया है। 29 जुलाई और 5 अगस्त के 2 दिन उनको मुहूर्त के रूप में हम लोगों ने बताए हैं। उनमें से चुन करके और जिस दिन वे पधारेंगे उस दिन कार्य का शुभारंभ उनके हाथों होगा।
The trust has finalized an ambitious 3.5-year roadmap to complete the temple by 2023. The design laid down by VHP may also be amended and the temple height may go up to 161 feet from the planned 128 feet. The temple may also have 5 domes instead of the 3 planned so far. The temple may also see its premises swelling to 108 acres from the proposed 70 acres now.
लार्सन टुब्रो कंपनी अपना काम करेगी, पत्थरों से जुड़ा हुआ काम सोमपुरा करेंगे। लार्सन टुब्रो और सोमपुरा मिलकर इस मंदिर का भव्य रूप प्रदान करेंगे।
तमाम देशवासियों के इंतजार की घड़ियां खत्म होने वाली हैं और बहुत जल्दी ही प्रभु श्री राम का भव्य राम मंदिर का वहां निर्माण होगा। जैसे ही हमारे देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय मोदी जी हमको उधर से वहां हमारे जो पदाधिकारीगण हैं ट्रस्ट के उनसे संपर्क करके और उनको समय देंगे और भूमि पूजन होगा।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has been personally supervising the preparation for the temple. Modi's participation in the ritual setting in motion the Ram temple construction is crucial since it has been a key poll promise of the ruling BJP.
Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram!
Now, interestingly, 5th August is the date on which last year the government revoked Article 370 in Parliament. Now, that's a very interesting element that perhaps it's the first anniversary of Article 370 abrogation and the Bhumi Pujan for Ram Temple on the same day. Remember, RSS 3 pet agendas were top 2 were 370 abrogation and the second was Ram Temple at Ayodhya.
With inputs from Rahul Srivastav in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Amid reports of Prime Minister Modi visiting Ayodhya on 5th of August for the Ram Temple ground ceremony, NCP chief Sharad Pawar has hit out against Modi government, saying the government must sort out priorities. Pawar has said, we must decide what is important. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, we should have been focusing on reviving economy instead of building a Ram temple. Pawar steps up this ante, also saying that the government should have been focusing on economy and its losses due to the lockdown. Remember, this attack comes after members of the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust sent 2 tentative dates, 3rd of August and August 5, to the Prime Minister's office. Currently, a tentative plan is being worked out by the Prime Minister's office for this visit.
काही लोकांना असं वाटत असेल की मंदिर बांधून कदाचित कोरोना जाईल आणि त्या भावनेने कदाचित त्यांनी हा कार्यक्रम घेतला असावा मला माहिती नाही नाही मला माहिती पण आमच्या दृष्टीने आम्हाला कोरोना हे संकट महत्त्वाचं वाटतं आणि कोरोनाच्यामुळं हे जे लॉकडाऊन आणि या सगळ्या गोष्टी होत आहेत याचा सवन अर्थव्यवस्थेचा परिणाम होतो छोट्या मोठ्या व्यवसायांचा परिणाम होतो त्याची आम्हाला चिंता आहे आणि राज्य आणि केंद्र सरकारने त्या गोष्टीत अधिक लक्ष घालावं.
In Kerala's gold smuggling case, big revelations are now coming up and being investigated by the National Investigation Agency. Sources in the probe agency say one UAE diplomat, Rashid Khamis, could possibly be the kingpin of the racket that smuggled in 180 kilograms of gold in just a span of few months. This syndicate was misused via diplomatic channels at least 13 times, bringing in consignment in names of the diplomat and also his son. Take a look at this detailed report.
The Kerala gold smuggling scandal has just got bigger. Sources in the National Investigation Agency say at least 180 kgs of gold is believed to have been brought in through diplomatic channels over a period of months. Efforts are being made to identify and retrieve the gold smuggled through diplomatic cargo. The smuggling syndicate may have used the diplomatic channel 12 to 13 times in the recent past. The NIA, along with Customs, is also looking into a possible Hawala network that might have been used for smuggling of gold. UAE diplomat Rashid Khamis Al Ashmiya is said to be the kingpin of the racket, with consignments being brought into the Kerala capital in his and his son's names multiple times. India Today has accessed a letter sent by Rashid Khamis, which shows that prime accused Faisal Farid was authorized to accept cargo in UAE on Attache's behalf.
A comprehensive enquiry by CBI is also necessary so that the Chief Minister, his entire team and his office all will be properly investigated and the culprits will be booked. The Chief Minister is hesitating to write to the CBI for instituting an inquiry. I feel that the time has come to interrogate the Chief Minister and investigate his office so that the truth will prevail.
UDF convener and Congress MP Benny Behanan has also written to Prime Minister seeking a probe against Kerala Minister KT Jalil, who allegedly had received calls from Sapna Suresh, the woman accused in the smuggling case. Bureau Report, India Today.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.